3/4 of people hold their stress in their upper trapezius muscles. Are you one of them? Is this a familiar pain pattern in your jaw and side of the head? Because this is a classic tension headache pattern. You can do stretches or do contract relax exercises for this muscle, and they work well. Now, let me show you how to do self-massage 2 ways. One, with your hands, and the second way is with a hook. Sitting at a desk or a table with our elbows supported, we're going to grasp our upper trapezius muscle. Put our thumb in the little pita pocket. We can elevate our shoulder a little bit, tip our head, work our thumb in there. As we grasp from the behind with our fingers, we can hold it stable and move our neck a little bit to the side. If we tip our head and neck to the side, rotating a little bit, you'll find a spot where it can be quite tender. Yeah, right like that. Hold it 10 to 12 seconds, then move your fingers a thumb width, find another spot, tip your head, move your shoulder as need be. When this muscle gets short and tight, the top part starts to roll in on itself like a Swiss Miss chocolate roll-up. It is important to unroll it and examine it to fully get rid of any trigger points that are hiding out in the deeper layers. Here you can see I'm getting into the pita pocket. Nestle your thumb in there. This is where the muscle will roll on itself like a Swiss Miss chocolate roll. We're trying to unroll that tissue. Get your thumb in there, grasp from behind. You can move your fingers back and forth. Move your head a little bit. Find the spots that are tender. Hold about 10 to 12 seconds at the most. Then move your fingers a little bit. You can use a Theracane, grasping the handle, both hands. You can get some good leverage. Starting down near the acromion, down through this area here, what we're going to do is get that ball into that tissue, move it a little bit forward and back, finding the areas where it's tender. Yeah, that's the spot already. Hold it there. As it starts to soften, just move it to the next spot. As it starts to release, you can move your head and neck a little bit to increase the tension. Don't press too hard. We're not trying to do it all in one day. Just need to get a little bit of a change, then we can build on it. Bringing the tissues forward and back. I'm rubbing through the muscle. I'm not gliding on it at this point. You can see how relaxing it is. Using the arms with the hook takes a lot of the pressure out of your hands. You can reach it around, get into the other aspect like this. Looking for the mechanical advantage that helps you get the tissue to release with using the least amount of effort. We can get up into the back of the neck where the muscle's running up the neck. We can glide down just on either side of the bumps up the back of the neck, which are the spinous processes, gliding down. We can switch it around to get a slightly different leverage point. This feels quite good in here. Again, we don't want to go too hard, and we don't want to be going bump, 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 bump over the bumps down the center, just off to the side. Now we can work on this other side here. Here you can see I'm moving the hook back and forth, massaging the muscle instead of holding ischemic pressure. Again, starting up at the base of the head, getting in underneath the skull and gliding down just beside the bumps on those big columns of muscle. Here I'm going back and forth and pressing and compressing a little bit of that column of muscle, which is the posterior aspect of the trapezius as it runs up the neck. We're also getting some other muscles as well. Just think of that as a real bonus. They're often a contributing force to what's going on in our neck. Getting into the muscles running up the back of the neck. Here we are working on the same muscles we did with the ball and the hook, and we're compressing the tissues together, moving our thumbs up and down, side to side. If your thumbs don't feel up to the job, we can use our fingers. And again, moving it in an up and down pattern helps to just mobilize the tissues just a little bit more. The attachment on the back of the head, we hold one side and then we're gliding and massaging the attachment up on the back of the head. From that central bump in the center back of the head, that's our external occipital protuberance. From there out laterally a little bit. Stabilize the other side and then work the right side here. We can use our fingers, we can use our thumbs. It can be really tender. Be mindful of overtreating yourself. If you do think you've overdone it, place a cold pack on the area for about 10 minutes to manage the discomfort that you've created. This is a pain management method. My hope is that you're feeling a little less stressed and a little more relaxed. If you want to go over the stretches I talked about at the beginning, go to this playlist here.